Welcome, Thinkscript enthusiasts. Please read and heed this warning. This discussion is about testing a Thinkscript that backtests simulated stop-loss orders based on strategy, profit, and loss on the ThinkOrSwim platform. In order to simplify the analysis, choose a moving average cross auto entry strategy. For example, select the United States Natural Gas Fund, symbol UNG, and then set the time frame to daily for 5 years. Start by selecting the provided moving average strategy. Keep the defaults: close, 15 bars, simple, and trend following. Note in the strategy order settings the long and short entry defaults to auto. So there's a long entry defaulting to auto and a short entry defaulting to auto. Keep these settings. Auto means that the trade switches from long to short and back again. Next, do a manual Monte Carlo analysis of the moving average strategy. We'll start by changing the number of bars in the moving average strategy from 15 to 200 bars in reasonable increments. So it starts at 15. We apply it and we can see what our profit is. Next, we'll change it to 20. Apply it and see what the profit is, and note that it's 20 days. And then we're going to save a screen snip for each of the charts to make the slideshow just a little bit faster. Here you can see that we're starting out at a profit loss of $16 for 15 days, and I've named my slide appropriately. We'll switch to the next slide. $14 profit and loss, 20 bars or 20 days, and the slide is named appropriately. 18, 25, 36 at 30 bars, $30 of profit, 35 bars, and so on. $12 of profit, 40 bars, $29 of profit, 50 bars, $32 of profit, 60 bars, 11 at 100 bars, $2 at 150, and $3 at 200 bars. And then if we combine all of those numbers into a chart, we can inspect the charts to find the best profit. We'll make an analysis of the spreadsheet for ease of visualization. Note that in this time frame, 30 bars has the best profit, with 60, 50, and 35 nearly the same. But in the same grouping, you can also see that 40 bars had a lower profit. So here's your highest profit, and the number of bars again is 30, 50 and 60 and 35. Next, we're going to add custom profit and loss, stop loss long and stop loss short strategies and view the sources. Now that we've added these, let's take a look at the source of each. You can see that we're using 2 bars as our exit length. We're using the floating profit and loss built in to assign it to our variable, which we'll name FPL, or floating profit and loss. And you can see that that variable is used in the next equation at 0 bars and at the exit length. So by subtracting this, we find the difference, and down below you can see if that difference is less than 0, in other words if you're losing money, then we're going to sell to close. Let's switch over and look at the other strategy that we added. Here we can see that it's a short exit. We'll edit the sources again. It's a very similar formula. Define the exit length, define the floating profit and loss, 0 bars and exit length bars back. We find the difference, and if the difference is less than 0, it means we're losing money, and we buy to close. So the next thing we want to do is a manual Monte Carlo analysis of the profit and loss long and short exit strategies separately. We're going to change the number of bars from 1 to 15 in increments of 1. Also want to point out that we've started, this is kind of a mistake, and I'll just correct this mistake right now. We want to use 30. If you recall from the last spreadsheet, 30 was the best number of days in this strategy that was the most profitable. And now we want to find out if we can improve the profit with a profit and loss strategy. So we're going to find our profit and loss here. And then we're going to change from 1 to 2. We're changing in increments of 1. Check our profit and loss. We notice that similar. We'll take note of that for our spreadsheet. And then we're going to, so we're inspecting each of these charts, and we're making an analysis spreadsheet. And I'm going to switch over to the slideshow to make this a little faster. So here you can see we're starting at 1 in the slideshow, and then we're checking our prices here, and 1 is the named the files, the snips. So we go from 18 on 2 bars, 30 on 3 bars, 33 on 4 bars, 31, 5 bars, 16, 15, 21, 18, 18, 19, 20, 19, 14, no, 21, sorry, 18, and that should be the last number of bars back that we're looking in the stop loss exit. And you can see the stop losses are triggering here. And then there's no trades until a new trade is triggered. And then when the stop loss kicks in, there's no more trades. So we see here's our chart. So we've got the moving average strategy at 30 bars, and then our long exit bar, the best one is 4 bars back. Next is 5 and 3. You can see right there, it's kind of a sweet spot. That was the long exit. Next thing we're going to do is a short exit. So I'll get that set up and we can go through that analysis. Switching back to our lab, we can see we've got the long exit added. Add the short exit. Because we're starting it, so we'll start at 1. Check our profit and loss. And then I'm going to switch over to the snip slideshows to make this a little bit faster. And then we're looking at the profit and loss here. And you can see there's places where the short stop loss has triggered. So we'll flip through these, keeping track of the profit and loss and the number of bars up to 15. So there you can see we've got 15 bars back and our profit and loss there. And then in the next slide we can see a chart, and you can see the trend is a little bit more stable with the short exit bars. So the best is around 3 or 4 bars back, and then and also just 1 bar back, and then it trends down bars back that you take a look. Now we might be wondering what happens if we add a profit and loss exit strategy to the worst moving average strategy at 150 bars. Does the profit and loss exit strategy make it better? I got that mixed up. Got to change that to 1. That's our starting point. And 150. Like that. We apply that. So we've got our worst moving average strategy at 150 bars or 150 days back. And we'll start at 1 bar for our profit and loss short exit. So here you can see we're starting at 0 bars, which is to say there's no profit and loss strategy exit. You can see that in the chart. There's no flat spots there, which means there's no stop losses. And it's the worst case, $2 after 5 years. And if we'll flip through these quickly, you can see at 1 bar back it makes $7, 5 at 2 bars back. And you can also see that the profit and loss strategies are kicking in there. So it's limiting the losses. And so here you can see what happens at 0. bars back. So we've got the long exit bars, and there's no long exit bars in this case. And it was the worst case profit and loss. And then when you start adding long exit bars, finally gets up at 6 bars back, you get your most profit. So we might ask ourselves, what can we conclude from all of these strategies in this study? So the conclusion in these examples, we see that using a profit and loss stop does limit losses, but it does not improve the already good strategy. Stop losses make a bad strategy less worse. I'd like to point out that this video was made with Open Broadcast Studio screen capture, Cinelera video editor on the ThinkOrSwim trading platform. Thanks for watching.